And they're going to you cut out timber from the 100-acre. You know, grinning lady, so I kind of might have got a picture more than this way.
Oh, you can't drink one that fast. Yeah, you can drink it that fast.
Oh, y'all ain't been to Madison County long. Back on the first trip down to Louisiana, I went with a friend. She said, "You going to Daiquiri?" Yeah, that's where we're going. Go right here. I can't even cross the road, just like a little snow cone shit, except they sell daiquiris. Oh, this is going to be good. Not where they put a straw in it, but they keep the paper on the top of the straw so it's not an open container. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Wish they had tea.
It's better. No, Derek's company won't be there.
That's right. Yeah. Ms. Jones was one who's been collision. Oh, yeah. If you do that. I did talk to him. Cody today. He said he was sick. You kept having his brakes, his truck start sliding on the ground. He did probably more damage to his truck than his car. Yes. Anybody. He said, Mr. Jones, we don't do it. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I got Mr. Jones.
Are you related to Diane? Are you talking about Diane Trimble?
No, Diane Jones.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You know them
Fried chicken?
my dad. Nobody.
I probably let it slide.
Christina, under urgent matters, I'll bring up this, I guess, public center and that. If they really need it, we'll at least talk about it.
Or I can get this here recorded copy. Stormwater.
Okay, perfect.
This light looks better and better. It looks better and better. How you doing, sir? Good. Rare to say that on Monday, but
Yeah. I heard that. I like that, I think the 95.3, yes, radio station is up here. So I heard they were playing an ad with Matt Hendricks giving a speech about, have you heard that on the radio station? It is phenomenal. Just his speech about being a graduate senior and being FFA president and his experience in Madison County and going on to Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah.
Colby. No, I mean, Carter. Carter
Hendricks,
yes.
my bad.
Outstanding.
Outstanding, that is good.
Dude, the whole family, his brother's the same way, Kobe. So Kobe was the kid, he was the, so back when we used to do the Relay for Life, he was the main person, back when he was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
But they held it on because he had cancer, and now he just graduated from Emory-Riddle for commercial pilot.
Oh, wow.
He went through 3 or 4, 5 years with St. Jude, the whole shoot match, and then Carter comes up, and not only going to A&M, but got on the band.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's gonna be in a drum corps for A&M. On top of everything else.
Okay.
He's also nationally debated. Yeah.
Yeah. That was,
He's sharp. He's sharp.
In addition to his accomplishments, just the way he speaks and presents himself. Wow.
Y'all just had the middle school that they like last week, last Tuesday. And was watching those kids, you had to constantly remind yourself that they were 6 and 7 and 8. Their stages, their speaking ability was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really, really did.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Madison County Board of Commissioners regular business meeting, May 20th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, one to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please Gentlemen, before you have a copy of the minutes from April 29th, 2024 regular business meeting, minutes from May 6th, 2024 agenda setting work session. Please take a look at those. If you find any discrepancies, please point them out. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
Move this included as presented.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner Kirk. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner Abbott.
Yes.
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 Thank you, gentlemen. Just for the record, Commissioner Doster is out of town. Business involving guest groups, multiple visitors, CPL, Architect, Engineering, Planning, Rebecca Keeper, and Sarah McQuaid, and I think we have one more. Elizabeth, I don't have the name on here, sorry. Hello. Y'all go right ahead, ladies, take it away. Sure, whatever.
I'll be super formal. Hey, good evening, Commissioners, Chairman. Thank you for having us here. We're here to update you on the land use and zoning regulation update that we have been working on. We kicked off with this initially in the December time period, and we've been working steadily the past few months to kind of get a very good foundation and understanding of your existing ordinances, what we're looking at adjusting and changing and kind of going from there. Just quick on introductory slides. Those of you who are part of our planning committee, you see us, you're familiar with us, and I wanted to make sure everyone here knew. So Rich Ettinger, he's the principal in charge. Rebecca Kiefer, myself, and Elizabeth are all here with you on the daily basis that we work with you. So I always like just having an agenda, keeping us on schedule. So kind of go over quickly what the purpose of this ordinance update and rewrite is, why we're here. We're going to discuss the different districts and implications for changes. We're going to look at the directions in findings report, and then we're going to look at the next steps. So kind of the purpose of this, you know, your code is really your regulatory side of your local government. It's what enforces the policies that you develop and establish during your comprehensive plan. That is something you just updated last year, and so it is very common to follow with an ordinance update thereafter to kind of get your ordinances in a line with what the policy of the comprehensive plan laid out. It's also really good to always kind of look at it again and make sure you have consistent standards for development. It'll help us address some of those policy goals within your comprehensive plan. A lot of times it's relating to housing or economic development. And then it helps us really regulate the land uses and make sure what you are enabling by right is what is appropriate for Madison County. So through this, we've had 3 full meetings with the full project management team, which is made up of elected and appointed officials, county staff, as well as our team members here. And so we've had 3 of those meetings, February, March, and May, and then we had a April kind of check-in with the chairman and Christina. And through this, what we've done is we've given an audit of your existing ordinance. So we've looked at what you have, we've looked at your policy documents, so the comprehensive plan, as well as some regional planning documents from like the Northeast Georgia Regional Commission. And, you know, we have some kind of key findings from there. we really want to protect those agricultural districts and that agricultural heritage you have here, which is really special to Madison. We want to make sure we're preserving that pressure from the south coming up from Athens and kind of giving you tools to really protect you down on that south end through availability of services. We discussed what administrative authority would make sense to have with your staff, with your board. We further kind of talked about guiding principles for us in this ordinance in that second meeting. We've looked at the different uses and kind of got into those a little,
Unknown caller.
how they kind of apply at the agricultural versus industrial level and where they kind of merge here because you have a lot of industrial agriculture, the commercial poultry places, so on and so forth. We also talked about what a subdivision is, what you know, kind of taking it away from that use and really understanding it as a process. Pretty much any subdivision of land from one lot into two, from one lot into 100 is considered a subdivision, so how you regulate that. In April, we got really deep into roads and streets and private drives and easements and kind of what you're grappling with there. Talked about how we could have construction standards for the private roads that you've already partially developed. We also got into some of the more nitty-gritty ones, such as cemeteries and kind of your farm-based businesses, and we discussed whether a market study would make sense for the county. Today we presented the directions and finding report, which I'll be going over in a little more detail shortly, and then kind of delve into those uses again, because our next step will really start drafting this ordinance for you. Thank you. Guiding principles, always like to let you know where we're coming from. So protecting this rural character here. We also want to prepare you for growth that is going to come. It's inevitable. You are adjacent to Athens Clark, so you are going to see pressure from the south. And then also, we really like to use data. So we're trying to look at your GIS information, do an analysis of your case, your existing case history, so the actions you've taken previously, conditions that you use commonly. And then we always like to kind of end this with education. So we've built into this process education at the end of it to help with county staff, elected officials, and the public kind of to understand this ordinance. This is really just a boring data slide, but it's to show how much agricultural land you really have here and really why it is worth preserving. You know, if you go to the next slide, Christina, there's your zoning map. It's also all green. And the next one, this is really how I visually see it best. You know, agricultural land takes up almost 93% of your community here. It's really, really important to this community. And that remaining 7%, you know, you have a good bit of it being those municipalities, and you're starting to see some increase in your residential, business, and industrial uses. So, as I said, the directions and findings report is where we really look at your existing ordinances, those policy documents that you have out there, and kind of do an audit where we would recommend changes, strengthening your ordinance, and all of that. That is available now. We'll give you, we sent the final document to Christina, but we'll make sure there are no other minor edits that need to be made. And then just kind of pulling out some of the specific recommendations, you know, we've really kind of talked and delved through things. How do you want to handle outdoor storage in the community? Do you want it to be screened? Does it need to be on a gravel surface? Do you want paved areas for your customers? Kind of really getting into putting standards in that will both protect you as a community and really give you a level of development that you want to see. We've talked more about streets and easements again. We've discussed some potential ways where if you do have private drives or easements that want to be taken in and converted to city streets, how you could potentially regulate that. What would make sense as far as accessory structures and whether they should be, where they should be located on the property. It's really exciting to me, but probably not to y'all. Cemeteries, kind of how to handle cemeteries, family burial plots, because we know, within rural communities, there's a lot of desire for family burials, so making sure that if we are doing that on property, that we're protecting them in the future, that they're recognized and recorded so that if the property changes hands in the future, the buyers know there's a cemetery there. Also, farm-based businesses, how to kind of allow them and enable them because they are part of this community, but make sure that the scale and intensity of them on the agricultural land makes sense and is compatible. Different look at outdoor storage that applied more to the screening. Manufactured mobile units or mobile classrooms, how to regulate those and make sure that they're being used for their intended use of like an office space or a classroom space and not being converted into residential living spaces. We tend to see that a lot because you can find decommissioned mobile classroom units usually for pretty affordable. But again, there's a lot of reasons why those have been decommissioned. So what it would take, actually you can't convert them because they don't have a HUD number, but kind of going through that. And then looking at agricultural, making sure that within your R districts, even though we're calling it urban, it's not truly urban here. It's more looking at in your residential districts allowing backyard chickens or community gardens if it's a subdivision, personal agricultural uses. Next, we're really going to begin drafting this document. The idea is to give you a very clear hierarchy, and so it makes sense with how the code is organized. It's easy for people to find what they're looking for. Again, we're going to use the GIS data to kind of analyze your base district standards. We don't anticipate there being significant changes to those. One area we may adjust the lot size, but that's not confirmed yet. And then also looking at how we can integrate graphics into the document. Visually, it's a lot easier to represent things than it is in, very legal planning technical terms. So a lot of times accompanying graphics help. Looking at the permitting and public hearing process to make sure that it's very clear, easy to understand, and then also making sure the code is updated with the state and federal requirements as far as RLUIPA, the zoning, BPL, and other state and federal regulations. So really where that gets us is we're going to have our next meeting around June 20th. That's when the first draft will be provided to the PMT members for their review. It'll be probably some of the less exciting sections of the code, but what we'll do is save the more tailored and unique things for the next round so that we really get to delve into those with you. We're hoping that we'll be prepared then to kind of do a first read in front of the planning board in August, which would then follow up with a second reading in front of the Board of Commissioners in September. And of course, we coordinate with the county attorney and make sure we're meeting all of your deadlines for advertising and the city level. And then that would lead us into development of training materials and the training sessions to kind of support the implementation of this by early fall.
Thank you.
No problem.
I really appreciate the efforts that y'all have shown so far. Appreciate the meeting earlier today. Ladies, y'all are doing a good job. Trust me, we notice. We're excited to have this process underway. I'm afraid, me and Christina was talking the other day, it's probably going to get extended into other processes before it's over. But we are knocking out some of the key items up front. That's most crucial to P&Z, code, building, so forth, so on, and council, and along this board. But again, thank you for all your efforts, and thank you for explaining everything to us.
Of course. And any other questions?
Gentlemen?
No. Okay, great. Thank you.
Good presentation. Thank you.
Y'all are welcome to hang out if you want, or file if you want to. It's up to you. We'll move into the chairman's report. This could not come soon enough. Election day is tomorrow, Tuesday, May 21st, on the general primary nonpartisan election from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Citizens will vote at their local precincts. Madison County, along with 4 other counties, received the Georgia Water Coalition Clean 13 Award. Madison County is recognized for our efforts to raise awareness about soil amendment pollution issues. These efforts have led to additional funding from the Georgia Department of Agriculture to strengthen the agency regulation program. Myself accepted this award on April 30th on behalf of Madison County. Item number 3, last year, the Chairman's Office submitted an application for the 2024 Robert L. and Betty Williford Distinguished Northeast Georgian Award. We are excited to the Madison County nominee, Mr. Larry Cox, was selected for this award. This was 12 districts. Mr. Cox received his recognition and award this past Thursday at the Northeast Georgia Regional Commission Annual Awards Luncheon. That was a very good day to have somebody from Madison County out of the 12 districts chosen for that. Madison County Recreation Department now has fall sports resignations open.
Registration.
Lord have mercy. Registrations are now open until July 8th for t-ball, softball, baseball, soccer, volleyball, and cross country. Citizens can register online at www.madcorec.com. The UGA Extension Office is hosting a feral swine workshop Wednesday, May 22nd at the Madison County High School from 5 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. Topics for discussion be disease issues, biology, economics, trapping, demonstrations, and question and answers. Citizens can register for this event online, www.gacd.us/events. Pre-registration is required and dinner will be provided. The government complex will be closed Monday, May 27th in observation of Memorial Day. The Spring Tire Amnesty event. Citizens can bring old tires to the transfer station for disposal now until June 1st, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays only. Up to 10 tires per citizen, no rims or large equipment tires. Madison County Chamber of Commerce is holding a regional ribbon cutting for the Georgia Grown Trail. This event will take place on June 11th in downtown Commerce. Please contact the Chamber of Commerce for more information. I've added 2 more. This coming Wednesday, the 5th, the 22nd, myself and Christina will be in Gainesville for a ARC grant seminar, looking to expand our grant opportunities in Madison County. And lastly, but not least, on the 16th and 17th of May, myself and Sheriff Moore participated in the 3rd grade summit that was held at the transfer station. I'd like to thank all the volunteers that showed up and donated their time and booth and their wisdom and knowledge to our young children of this county. Sheriff Moore and Alan Lazinski and Mary Beth done a great job putting this together, along with 4-H, UGA Extension Office, and anybody I'm missing on that list, sir?
Deborah's there. There was a lot of people.
There was a lot of people there. And every 3rd grade class got to come but one, and I think called or something come about that day with testing, and they were unable to make it. But it was a great event, a lot of kids. Commissioner May was there with his classroom, turns out.
Jack of all trades?
Yeah, jack of all trades. Vacationer extraordinaire. That wraps up the chairman's report. Statements and remarks on tonight's citizens on agenda. Hearing none, moving forward. Old business, consider amendment to the Chapter 10 Animal Control Ordinance. This, gentlemen, will go into effect June 1st. I have cleared this through council and through the animal control guys, and they feel like that they are very comfortable with this ordinance. Mike, is that?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right.
Should we have that June 1st effective date in the resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to approve Chapter 10 Animal Control Ordinance.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Kirk, second by Commissioner May. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner Chandler?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, good job. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks to, Jacob and Shelley, they helped a lot.
Good deal.
Good.
New business, consider a permit extension for, David Harris located in District 2. Pruitt.
Pruitt. Yeah, it's not that.
Pritchett. It's Monday, guys. Pritchett.
It's late on
It's late on Monday.
Mr. Harris has a permit, and he's asking for a extension on his permit. He actually is took an existing building and demo part of it and is rebuilding. He is probably within a few months of getting his final, so asking for a 6-month extension on that, and I'm okay with that.
Gentlemen, any questions for Mr. Pritchett?
No issues, no.
He's making good progress. He's had some things to deal with his dad, and that's kind of slowed things down. But
All right. I'll entertain a motion, gentlemen.
Will this extension be approved as requested?
Motion by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner Adams. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner May.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right, thank you. Consider a permit extension for David, 4, located in District 4.
this is, we had a final on that one today, so there's no
Okay,
need for an
good.
extension on it.
Good deal. Consider camper permit extension for Alexis Pace. Alexa, Pace, District 1.
They are present. They're making good progress. They should be calling for permanent power pretty soon. So I'm asking for a 6-month extension on that, just to make sure they have enough time to finish it up.
All right. Any questions, gentlemen? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that this camper extension be approved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner Kirk?
Yes.
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 Thank you, sir. Consider camper permit extension for Sheldon Spivey, located in District 1.
Same circumstance, he is making good progress. He should be calling pretty soon for power and then a final. So I'm asking for a 6-month extension on this, and I'm good with that.
All right. Any questions, gentlemen? Hearing none, ask for a motion, gentlemen.
Make a motion that this camper extension request be approved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner Adams, on you.
Yes.
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 All right.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Consider awarding seal bid number 2403 in contract for the 2024 Splosh Road Projects to Asphalt Paving Systems Incorporated in the amount of $1.606246. Gentlemen, any questions?
This is not the same when we did the spring paving.
It's a different company. This is the same company that we did last year for the T-Spots, all the chip sealed, micro, macro projects. That's what they're doing. So they'll go back over what's being patched now.
All right, gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Kirk, that's a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Adams. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner Chandler.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. Wow, all right. Y'all were so quick, I didn't even flip pages. Mike's kind of nice, ain't it, Mike? Derek ain't even here to enjoy it, neither. All right, road updates, gentlemen, we have any around the table?
Done a good job on, Spring Road.
Yeah, excuse me, other than the compliments paving and patchwork that's been done, I haven't received any complaints.
Give it time.
been our most enthusiastic, the response we've had this time.
Yeah, Fowler Freeman went well. Christina had an opportunity to come out and take some photos of that and see that process going in. Because that was a double, culvert there, a little bit different to see how those guys done. The grade on it from our in-house guys setting that thing on base, ready to set those culverts. I mean, it was flawless. The biggest setback we had was the trucks were about 3 hours late getting there. Other than that, we had it ready to cover up by the end of the day, and that should have been 18 individual culverts. So it was 9 in each row.
Yep.
Something like that.
I think it was either 7 or 9 on each side.
This amount of time the road closure was in place was minimal.
Yep, I set it all in one day.
Alan, does he have a drone to camera some of this work? I mean, just for conversation's sake and project record. I know we do that on large underground things now. And plus, just to advise folks that we'll do a short presentation when we undertake a project of that size and as complicated as that is.
We try to take pictures throughout the process, show before we ever touch it, and then after we got it prepped, and then as it's going, and then the finalization one's on it, but we've done that several times.
The sheriff's department's got some drones, that they don't use them much, but we like it.
Yeah. We actually have one, down in, code enforcement, they fly.
They got one.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a completely different perspective of a project to see.
Might be.
Yeah, I'd also like to add in, so I was able to go and see Madison County work with 2 outside companies come in. So we had one, the crane operator, and 2, the people we actually bought the culverts from. They were there and they expressed how much they enjoyed working with Madison County because our employees have taken on learning how to put those together. And so we even seen, when you just get one off, in construction, get it off just a little bit, you can see how that really changes the whole. So it was just really cool to see our guys that had taken the initiative to learn something more than what other counties actually pay their company to do. So it really saves us a lot of money.
I do have another question on Fowler Freeman Road. I noticed there's looks like some road closure
Preparation.
devices. I assume that we did get the road bond for that.
Yep, so they've got all that paperwork, it was all finished last week, signed off on. They will start Wednesday, and they're projected a 3-day window. So I've talked with Eddie and Tracy Patrick on their department's needs. We've also talked with Alan, and he has contacted the bus shop, 911, and the sheriff's office, and EMS. They're also sending out an alert through text message, something that 911 has for that area of citizens, so they know that road will be closed. That it should be about a 2-day project, but we've allowed a 3-day window for curing time. They'll go back with concrete.
So that was Newcastle that we purchased those culverts from, and, sorry about that. They come out and serve all of our maintenance department lunch. That's the second time they've done that, and I was talking to the gentleman from Newcastle, and I said, do you do this on every job? And he's like, no, we do not. We do this on job where we're appreciated. And he said, you've got 7 guys here today that works like 20 in other counties. He said, this is very flawless. These guys have done this before. And again, we did have a great crane operator, Toby Hines, and I think he contracts that. I forget that gentleman's name, maybe out of Boston or somewhere. But I did have a comment on the roads. Somebody called today and told me, thank you for cutting Highway 98, even though that was Georgia Department of Transportation had done that, but they really appreciated it.
I got that same.
You did? Yeah, you were tagged on that email. I saw that. But all right.
That's lovely.
Yes, love it.
Yeah.
So Ilmaid project update, Pittman Construction Company is on schedule to be completed by the middle of June. Lim Edwards Road, LRA project update, Garrett Paved will start construction beginning of June. Fowler Freeman Road culvert replacement projects completed. County staff held a meeting with Georgia Department of Transportation regarding the bridge replacement project. for Jotham Dam Road. There's no set project start date, and GDOT is still in the preliminary research phase. We will provide information as we have received it. Georgia Department of Transportation Highway 72 Foot McClellan Road and Hardman Morris intersection project update. The construction curbing has been completed. GDOT must complete the striping for this project.
Sorry. I'm seeing if y'all are paying attention, so I know Commissioner Chandler is.
Just take this tripping apart, it's tripping.
I put an extra P in there. But yeah, the bridge is it's gonna be far out, very, very early in that.
You know, I'm a little perturbed, with some comments being made about the Foot McClellan and Hardman Morris Road. You know, this is a GDOT project. GDOT is in charge of GDOT roads. Madison County don't have anything to do with it, but I do appreciate GDOT, looking at the accident reports in that intersection. No, the citizens did not get what they wanted. They did not get a red light there. But GDOT did do something to prevent and save lives. And I think it's a little disrespectful for some of our citizens to be complaining about somebody's life to be saved.
Well, the good news is I've had several people tell me and compliment about what they're doing and think it's the right thing.
It is, anytime you can save somebody's life, it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, and they don't really have a problem with highways being formed. They like it, and they live close in there, so
Good deal.
I think that's good.
That's a great deal. I'm just proud to have it done.
I am too, and I did let them know that we did contact them and tried to give them a little incentive to do that.
You know, it's true. The day that they went out and set the cones, the very next day we had cars T-boned and flipping.
Yeah.
The very next day after they set the cones to start construction. And that was just, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm proud of our crew. I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of Alan getting with them, meeting with DOT. Good deal. Citizens and remarks from citizens, statements and remarks from citizens. I can't read. Anybody, any question? Statements, remarks from commission.
Just something here.
Yes, sir.
I was just, I'm new to the county. My wife grew up here, but, we're close to Memorial Day. Does the county have anything that they do in recognition of the sacrifices of the veterans who served our nation? I'm not aware of it, I'm just asking.
Not on Memorial Day. I mean, other than the half-staff flag, stuff like that, because everybody goes out of town on Memorial Day.
Okay.
4th of July is when they kind of double up and do that.
Yeah.
I think there's some independent groups that put on some, what would you call it, the spring, spring festivals.
Jackson EMC's got their display in front of their place.
That's amazing.
Also, if you'll notice over here in the corner, that's
Not that I know of.
that is the memorial table over there. If you look in the corner, it's got that. All right, so if you look at that, well, that's POWMIA, but it's also got the memorial with the rows and all that, the table set up as.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to, you know.
I mean, as far as like a parade or anything, there's not one of those. But if you'd like to get that together, I'm sure the community would rally behind it.
Are the commissioners aware that we have Gold Star families that live within the county?
Well, some. I mean, I probably don't know them all, but I'll be more than happy to receive a letter telling me who they all are. That would be awesome. Also, while you're on that topic, if you visit Lamar Dalton's office down here, if you've served in any branch of the military, bring us a picture and we'll put it on our main hallway to say thank you, to let everybody else know that you served our country.
But I'm, you know, it's not in that vein, I would say. I'm curious. I'm new to the county and I haven't been made aware of any particular things that occur in the county to that effect. But, you know, my family is from this county. And in particular, I have a nephew that gave his life for this nation. So, it is important.
Yes, very much so.
Sure.
And the display that Jackson EMC has, if you go down Highway 29 to Hull,
Yeah.
they've got 2 of their big bucket trucks with an American flag. They've got crosses. All those crosses are people from Madison County who have done.
So it might be updated, you might want to check that and just make sure that all those names are there. And you know,
Veterans Guard at the courthouse too.
yeah, the veterans, yeah, there's names there, we got the veterans around the courthouse. But, you know, I suggest that if you're interested in it, and you've got some proposal for some kind of recognition and the Board of Commissioners could help with that type thing, then, put that together and let, Christina know about it, and then we can look into that.
Thank you.
But, Tax Commissioner Lamar Dalton, he does a lot of stuff for the county and knows of a lot of events and organizations going on
Yeah,
for veterans.
it would be a good one to talk to.
Our school system also, individual schools, they quite often, they do their primarily Veterans Day,
Yeah.
but they'll have assemblies, invite veterans in, recognize them.
And they have a great ROTC program.
Yeah.
Madison County
That's
started.
another.
It's going really, really well.
It's just in the second year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been recognized, so that would be a good one, yeah, with the school's ROTC, they might be interested in promoting something.
Appreciate it.
What's your name, sir?
Sheldon Spike.
Okay, thank you.
Two things I need to bring up under urgent matters, and it's only because I was made aware of it today. We've got a signal renewal coming up June 1st. So therefore, I want to let everybody know that I did meet with Gloria from Mark III. Madison County has changed its broker. For the past several years, we have been with MSI Benefits. Our long standing contact there, Matt Bidwell, retired last year. Matt was a great guy. MSI done us a great service, but we felt like in order to better serve our citizens, and we needed to shop that, and we did. Several companies, and we chose Mark III, not just because of a $25,000 savings, but because of some of the things they do for us through the wellness programs, the things that they offer back to employees was what really sold the deal on that. But with the signal renewal that I need to sign, after again, we do it every year, negotiation with Cigna, we were able to come up at a 1% increase on our health insurance.
No change in benefits.
No change in benefits. It's a back and forth. I think it started out again, just like last year, about 18%, June to 16, and then we June to 7, we ended up with a 1. So I'm pretty happy with that. It truly turns out, after we paid them in last year, there was about a $90,000 send back, which equaled 0.5%, so we actually got about 0.5%. But either way, gentlemen, I'll need a motion I will need a motion to sign that contract for signal renewal with Mark III.
Make a motion to execute the contract.
A motion by Commissioner Adams,
Second.
by Commissioner Kirk. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none?
Yes.
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 Thank you, gentlemen. Lastly, on urgent matters, and this has been kicked around a little bit, I know you need an answer before July 1st.
Right.
But I think it's maybe something to think about. Mike has sent back over the original proposal from the district attorney's office, the public defender's office, asking for an increase. I did see your email saying, are they going from 5 attorneys and 2 assistants, well, they had 3 attorneys and 1 assistant. He was asking, is that catching back up, or was that just new increases because there is an increase on it? One of the things I did notice at 5:15 today was the population numbers are wrong.
Okay.
I don't know whether calculations, they're using all prior 2020 numbers. So they may need to refigure all that before we actually agree.
Okay, if y'all could, I asked for a couple of things and emailed it to y'all, but like those 2 points and anything else, if y'all could email it to me, I'd be glad to send it to the chief defender and try to get your responses. Probably, I mean, we need to try to aim for a vote at the next meeting, the first meeting in June if we can. But I'll work as fast as I can to get you answers before that meeting, any questions or comments you have.
Like I say, I'll go back over it in the morning and pick out any little questions, because if their dollar figures is based off division or population, then we definitely gotta make sure we got the right ones.
Yeah, so what figures are they using?
We're showing them, off the top of my head, they're showing Madison County still at 29, that's what it was in 2019. They're showing Oglethorpe at 14, and now they're 18, they're showing, it's just the old numbers.
Should at least be the 2020 numbers that came out in 2022.
You would think.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Okay.
Because they're showing us at 20,100, and that's what we was before the 2020 census came out.
Gotcha.
Because now we're 30,100. We have 1,000 increase, still blows my mind, but that's what it is. But anyway, just a couple questions. I want to make sure that their dollars that they're requesting are the exact dollars.
Sure.
Our vote's taken, they're locked.
When did you send that email?
Oh, it's been a few weeks ago. I got the, after we discussed it, or y'all discussed it before, I got the case count table and sent that to y'all, but that's probably the only thing off the top of my head.
Well, I can forward it to everybody before I leave here today. I won't be in the office.
Easier for me.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I get it. Terry's got a good point, and I would like to ask Amanda that question. Is the increase due to you adding staff or just finally being full staffed? You know, that's a pretty good jump on the public defender's office, because I'm afraid that not just that 10% increase, but I think the DA is going to do it. I think a few more of them is going to do it. I know the youth DA, what do you call it? Juvenile court judge.
Right.
They're probably going to ask for an increase.
And I did notice that, comparing it to the year before, I'm doing this from memory, but it seems like they did away with the investigator position, but added another position of another name. Those are all, positions fully funded by the 5 counties, I think.
I just want, and this is just a generalized statement, I want all these people that's gonna come to us asking for money to make sure that we're not making up a shortfall from where they allocated ARPA funds to create a position, and now when the ARPA funds run out, they're trying to maintain them. Because we're seeing it in education, federal levels, it's been on all the big major news channels, people standing up saying, how we're gonna pay our bills now? Well, you done it. I can't ask our taxpayers to support a short-sighted decision.
So recognizing that too,
I mean,
the changes we know that are gonna take place, essentially effective Wednesday, projecting out, as part of our budget process, if there are changes, not in the public defender's office, but with judges, with DAs, with this and with that, because we're entering into the budget process right now, those folks need to be, if there are changes, they need to be involved in our budget process. If there aren't changes, then we do need to grill everyone, that's associated with this. Because I'm sure that on the judge's side of it, we're gonna see some requests that are.
That's always an obstacle with these offices that are partially funded by the state and partially funded by the counties, because we, probably most, if not all the other counties, are on calendar year, fiscal years, and the state's on a July to June 30 fiscal year.
The one I'm worried about the most is coming from the high courts that may want to leave a bonus to everybody as they're going goodbye. Because I've seen that email, and I'm like, it's unlike what most people think. I'm very frugal with taxpayer dollars, and we'll fight that battle when we get there, gentlemen. Then we will put it on our next work session to vote, and hopefully we'll get the next week or so to get all clarity out of it.
One of the questions that always plagues me in these contracts, and we did get this answer from the extension contract, when we designate these dollars, we don't know how much of that is to salary or to what it's going to.
Yeah.
And to say, we're designating, if we know that we're designating certain dollar number to salaries, and that's based on 5 positions, well, if they only have 3, then what happens to the dollars that were designated to the other 2?
If there are unfilled positions.
Yeah, if they're unfilled positions,
Yeah.
those that's. So if we know what percentage of it is based on staff, and if that staff is full, then we.
Yeah.
And to Terry's point, that's a great point, because had we not asked that question, we would not have realized that the other department down there had a $70,000 surplus.
Yeah, that was, yeah, asking questions last year, we found out they just accumulate surplus.
And same thing with prosecutors. They've been running short staff.
I would guess so. I honestly, my last involvement with providing any sort of supplement to the district attorney's office was many years ago, when the county hired and basically loaned an employee to the district attorney for clerical and secretarial matters. It's probably changed a lot. Nobody's told me. I haven't been involved.
I think it would be safe to say that they have a huge backlog, related to staffing issues right now.
Well, in closing, I need to make a statement, and I had it wrote down, and I turned around and I left it. And it's basically for the newspaper and for all the taxpayers. What you received was your tax assessment notice. You did not receive a tax bill. Please read that. Tax assessment notice. If you're in question about any deductions, potential eligibility for reductions, please call property valuations. Please call the tax commissioner's office. I'm positive that it says it on the bill. Your ages for deduction, homeowners exemptions, homeowner exemption. Homestead exemption is on there. If you're claiming you're getting nothing, it's not the county's fault. It's on the bill. You have to sign up. We cannot enroll you without your request. You must do that. But for any
Also be aware you have to do that between January 1 and
correct.
April 1st.
But it's written on there.
Yeah.
Just don't read the bottom line, read the whole thing. But it's not a bill. There's still time for things to change. The millage rate for 2025 has not been set. We will do that in the coming months. So we do not know what your mill rate's going to be. We do not know if the governor's going to give the $500 rebate like he did yesterday. All these things could potentially change your assess notice. If you get the assess notice, please look over it. Do not panic, because it probably will not be the same come bill time. Anybody has any questions, please contact me. I'll be more than happy to sit down with them and try to explain it to them.
Be aware that your evaluation appeal process is time sensitive, so you're concerned about your evaluation, you have 45 days.
Correct.
To file the appeal.
Do you hear that, Hannah? Okay. But again, if they'll just contact property valuations, ask any questions, they'll be more than happy to answer.
So what people got is not what Terry's talking about. So if the value of your property changed, you should have already received a notice of that change of assessment. It has the process and the deadlines in there. What people are receiving now is a result of a law.
Based on that.
Yeah, it's based on that. It's a law this General Assembly had passed some years ago that has done nothing but cause confusion since then.
And that's going away.
And that will go away, well, if the referendum passes in November.
Yes. And which they feel like it is, but it won't go into effect till 2025.
Right.
I'm proud to say that I led that fight to get that piece of paper to go away, with ACCG, and it was unanimous through ACCG, and it went through, the Capitol, and I thought it was unanimous right up to the last step, so it's not there yet. But calm down, people, calm down. No need in crucifying us, we didn't do this. Yeah, just do me, yeah. I'm still receiving emails about when we increased the taxes, and we did not.
I'll forward you some more.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
No, I get it. I don't know how else to explain
I
it.
know. I wish we had some way that we could just, get everybody and tell them the same message. So, paper, try to do a good job on that. Help us out. We thank you.
Yeah, it would be greatly appreciated. All
I
right.
try to play it every year, people still don't.
It's the same thing. I can record it, just hit play the next year. It's the same
Well,
thing.
I think it's a reaction we all have when we see that tax notice come. I looked at mine and I told my wife, I said, well, your birthday present's gonna be a little less.
Well, you know, not trying to drag this out, but we are running a very quick pace tonight. And I just want to say this, the average cell phone bill in Georgia is $144 a month. How many you got in your household? Times it by 12. How much is your car payment? Times it by 12. These are not necessities. Your sheriff's office is a necessity. Your police department is a necessity. Your ambulance service is a necessity. Water is a necessity. Please give us a break. We're not punishing that problem.
Don't swear water.
Well, yeah, but it's cheap. The average water bill in Georgia is $28.
Oh, you talked to the lady, when I said that to her, and said I haven't called the sheriff in 13 years, and I said, 13 years, and she said, yeah, my husband died. But,
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Executive session to discuss real estate acquisition, personal matters, potential litigation, sir.
Yes, sir.
Derek Dawson's not here, so Brian Kirk.
Let's be adjourned.
There you go. Thank you, gentlemen.
So the 45 days is actually not our current thing. This is the same thing, that's 45 days.
Yeah, this is a class.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Gridlock is a good thing.
Well,
You know, they'll say about, you know,
How are you?
Oh, Derek.
All right, thank you all for, yeah.
are you good?
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Looking forward to getting some information.
It just sits.